History is not just a story that is told. It is a mystery that must be solved. A puzzle with missing pieces. At Echoes of Genius, we hunt for those pieces. We follow the clues, and we question everything. Welcome to the investigation. In a forgotten vault, a secret waited. A secret that had been locked away from the world for centuries. It was not a treasure of gold or jewels, but something far more valuable and infinitely more mysterious. A small, anonymous book with no title and no author. But what was inside would go on to baffle the greatest minds on Earth. Page after page of a beautiful, flowing script in a language that no one has ever seen before or since. A code so complex, or a language so alien, that even modern supercomputers cannot crack it. The book contains hundreds of detailed drawings of plants. Plants that do not exist anywhere in the known botanical world. Are they species that are now extinct, or are they fantastic visions from another world? It holds elaborate astronomical charts filled with stars and constellations. But they are not the stars that we see in our sky. And strangest of all, pages depicting mysterious figures bathing in strange green liquids. Connected by an intricate network of pipes that look bizarrely organic. Their purpose is a complete enigma. The book gets its name from the man who rediscovered it in 1912, an antique book dealer named Wilfred Voynich. He found it hidden in a European monastery and knew at once he had stumbled upon something unique in all of human history. He would spend the rest of his life obsessively trying and failing to unlock its secrets. He was not the only one. For over a century, the world's best cryptographers, from World War II codebreakers to modern AI specialists, have tried to solve the puzzle. All of them have failed. And so it remains. The Voynich Manuscript, a message from the past that we cannot read. The most mysterious book in the world. The book's illustrations were baffling, but its greatest mystery lay within the text itself. At first glance, it might look like meaningless scribbles, but statistical analysis revealed a shocking truth. The text follows the precise linguistic patterns of a real, structured language. It is not random. This led to the first logical theory. It was not a language, but a code. An existing language hidden behind a sophisticated cipher. The challenge attracted the best minds in cryptography, including the legendary William Friedman, the American genius who broke Japan's unbreakable purple cipher during World War II. Friedman dedicated years of his life to the Voynich Manuscript, applying every code-breaking technique he knew. But in the end, even he was defeated, concluding it was not a simple cipher, but perhaps a complex artificial language. This led to another possibility. What if it wasn't a code at all, but a real human language that has since been lost to time? History is a graveyard of dead languages, tongues that vanished, leaving behind only a few mysterious inscriptions. But linguists have compared the Voynich script to every known language family. To this day, they have found no match. This points to a third, even stranger theory, that it's a glossolalia, a completely artificial language, invented by the author from scratch. Like the elegant Elvish created by Tolkien, was this the work of a medieval genius creating his own private, logical language? A language so personal that its key died with its creator, leaving behind an unbreakable literary lock. But there is one final, more cynical theory, that the world's most mysterious book is nothing more than an elaborate, meaningless hoax. A theory that a clever alchemist or conman in the 15th century simply scribbled beautiful nonsense to create a fake book of secrets to sell for a massive profit to a wealthy, gullible patron. It was a compelling theory until modern science intervened. radiocarbon dating was performed on the manuscript's pages. The results were definitive. The book was made between 1404 and 1438. It is authentically ancient. So what is it? A cipher, a lost language, a hoax. After a century of study, the impossible text refuses to give up its secret. If the text is a lock, the illustrations should be the key. But in the Voynich Manuscript, the drawings only deepen the madness. They appear to be scientific, but are unlike anything known to science. The herbal section depicts plants that are beautiful, detailed, and completely alien. Botanists have found no earthly match. They are a garden of impossible flowers. The astronomical section shows charts of the heavens. But the constellations are strange. The symbols are unique. It is a map of an unknown sky, a sky that does not exist above our world. This has led some to believe the book is an alchemical text, full of symbolic, not literal, meaning. Nowhere is this strangeness more apparent than in the book's most bizarre section. Dozens of pages showing mysterious figures bathing in green, swirling fluids, connected by an intricate network of pipes that look disturbingly organic. The meaning is a complete mystery. Is it a guide to health, a spiritual ritual, or something else entirely? The final section appears to be a list of recipes marked by star-like symbols. But recipes for what? Medicines, potions, poisons. Without the key to the text, we will never know. And strangely, the plants from the herbal section are never named or identified in the recipe section. The different parts of the book seem disconnected, as if made by different minds. It is a puzzle whose beautiful pieces do not fit together. The illustrations were meant to explain the text. Instead, they have only created more questions. And so, the book remains close to us, a masterpiece of mystery. Leaving one final question. Who could have possibly created it? So if the text is unreadable and the drawings are unexplainable, who could have possibly created this book? The investigation now turns to the suspects. The list of candidates spans centuries, ranging from brilliant, misunderstood scholars to master con artists. Some early theories pointed to the 13th century monk and polymath, Roger Bacon, a man obsessed with ciphers and rumored to possess secret knowledge. But modern science proved the book was made nearly 200 years after his time, ruling him out. Others suspect the Elizabethan occultist John Dee, an advisor to the Queen who claimed to speak with angels and sought a universal divine language. Could the manuscript have been one of his mystical creations, a coded angelic text? The timeline fits, but there is no direct evidence. This leads to the most cynical theory, that it was all a brilliant fraud, created by a forgotten 15th century hoaxer. A man who knew that a book full of secrets, even fake ones, could be sold for a fortune to a wealthy collector like Emperor Rudolph II. Some even suspected the discoverer himself, Wilfrid Voynich, of forging the book to create his own legend. But hard science silenced that theory. Carbon dating proves the book is authentically medieval. It is not a modern fake. And so, every suspect, every theory, eventually hits a dead end, leaving only more questions. The Voynich Manuscript is a lock for which no key seems to exist. After more than a century of modern analysis, we are no closer to a definitive answer than Wilfrid Voynich was in his bookshop in 1912. The book remains a perfect, isolated enigma, a testament to a mind or minds that operated completely outside the known lines of history. Is it a lost language, detailing a forgotten science, or a view of a different cosmos? Or is it the intricate, private creation of a solitary genius, a language meant for an audience of only one? A guide to alchemy, a prayer book for a lost religion, or a work of surrealist art created 500 years ahead of its time? In the end, every theory is just that, a theory. The book itself remains silent. Its creator remains a ghost, a hooded figure in the deep shadows of history, their identity as secret as the language they wrote. And they left behind a masterpiece of mystery, a beautiful, unreadable book that serves as the ultimate echo of a genius we may never know.